lots of programmer art. I have a switch here that I can use to make a maze. So if I click on it, you'll see the maze use that unfurl effect to spread out, where I was feathering the edges away. And then I can do this, and it'll go away as points. It'll gradually widen and shrink as points.
So you're applying an effect to a portion of the puzzle.
Right, and it's built on tile sets, so I have to make an image sheet version.
Okay,
So that's how I discovered this problem.
Okay, so yeah, so you were trying to do that exact thing and you didn't have a solution for it, so you had to come up with something.
Exactly.
That's cool. No, I like that. Well, that's good. I think that's a good stopping place in the conversation. Does anybody on the panel have any questions? It's a lot to chew on. It's definitely a lot to chew on, and we've already covered last time that that shaders are a big topic, and the books that Stephen has are heavy duty books. He's looking for one right now. Yeah, look at that. I mean, that's
a Speedy Gonzalez impression there. I'm not sure what that was.
That is a good chunk of a tree there for sure.
And they're all like that.
I will ask one question. Is there a decent resource for the Corona specific? I'm thinking of, for example, the function that if you wanted to honor coloring, for example, you have to add in this Corona specific. Is there a good resource for what functions that are specific to Corona that we should put in our shaders?
I don't have the link handy, but it's custom shader effects or custom graphics effects.
Okay.
There's a little page.
Was it it's on their page somewhere?
Yeah.
A Google search could find it then, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, and I've included the shader effects in my books, but not the Vertex that we were talking about today.
Right. I think they don't want to include it in the playground, probably because then they have to account for being able to expand the window and probably things like that. I assume.
But Jason, are you asking about the built-in
just specifically.
functionality?
I know last week we talked about there was a web page that you gave a link to, which gave sort of a handy reference for GL syntax and what have you. And I'm thinking specifically there was there's the one, I can't think of the name of it. You put it at the end of a lot of your shaders, so that it'll honor set fill color, for example.
Color scale.
And I'm wondering if there's a half a dozen, however many.
There's not too many.
Okay.
So you're looking for sort of a cheat sheet to say, okay, there's a bunch of different shaded things you can do with shaders, but things that work specifically with Corona would
that's it, because you can do a Google search and find, because that's going to be the harder thing to find, I think. I mean, there are dozens and dozens, if not hundreds and hundreds of websites out there that'll give you pointers on writing GL shaders. But, I don't think there are that many that's going to give you that stuff that is specific to using it in Corona.
Right.
Okay, well, maybe that's something we can get Stephen to write.
Get more to do.
Just a shortcut guy, just a little, just some of the things that he commonly uses. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. We'll see. Well, okay. Well, I think that's good. Do you guys want to talk more about this next week, or what do you want to talk about? Something different? What do you want to talk about? Do we have any suggestions? Ed's eyes are glazing over there. Or he's putting on mascara. I'm not sure which one.
More shaders.
Sergey says more shaders. Ed, what are you giving me the stink eye for? What's that?
I'm not giving you any stink eye.
I'm just
Well, I
messing
was
with
when you talked about mascara. I'm crying. I have a question for Steven. Steven, all the stuff you showed us last week and this week, did you share a link? I'm looking for a link to the code, or are we going to get our hands on that?
I haven't assembled it all together in one place.
Okay.
That's the
I'd
thing.
like to be able to look at it, but I'm assuming that you're going to want to share some kind of package. Do you need a place to put it?
No, I just need to put it together.
Okay.
Or to list a bunch of links, I guess. I have a bunch of gists and some big projects.
Yeah, I'm thinking a consolidated single download would be easiest, but whatever's easiest for you, right? So.
By the way, I
GitHub
looked
is
at
the best
the
one.
link you gave to that YouTube video. Militant looks cool.
Thank you.
I'm gonna for sure get that one for my Vita when it comes out.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll put a link in the show notes to that as well. Okay, well, I think what we'll do is we'll leave it there, and maybe offline, Jason and Kevin, we can talk about maybe getting you guys on to talk about what you're working on, and then I know that I have recently I purchased a Surface 3, and I wanted to kind of work out the workflow for creating art assets on the device. So draw something and then be able to iterate quickly through my development, and that led me to wanting to create sprite sheets, and I needed a good way to do that, and I didn't want to necessarily buy Photoshop and things like that, so I learned how to do it in GIMP. So basically I can create layers, create sort of the animation pieces, and then spit out an image sheet at the end that I can then use in my project to iterate through pretty quickly. So maybe at some point we'll talk about that as well. So we've got a few topics that we can kind of mix it up with, and then maybe get some guest interviews on and stuff. But if you guys have suggestions between now and then, let me know. One other thing I want to note before we head out of here is one that we did have some audio issues with the clips from last week. So if you watch the Hangout entirely, or if you go back and rewatch the Hangout, that audio is fine. But when we created clips of the Hangout, for some reason the audio didn't come out on some of them, or it didn't start, like a minute into it, or whatever. So, I'm going to go through and re-edit those clips and re-upload them. So I apologize for the technical issues there, but I don't know why it occurred, but we'll fix it. So just know that. And then the other thing is that for July we were going to play Rise, which is by Novator, which is Vernon Coleman, and so you can at novator.com you can find his thing. We'll also put a link in the show notes, but it's available on iOS and Android. So it's another one-touch game that is gonna ruin your life. So be prepared for that. We're going to play that for July for a chance to win a $50 gift card, and as always, just share a screenshot of your high score at facebook.com/coronageek, and then at the end of the month, I think on the beginning of August, we will announce the winner. So, all right. Well, thanks for being here. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back here next Monday at 12 p.m. Pacific to talk all about mobile app development using Corona SDK. Until then, have a great week and happy coding.
Adios.